Scorpio, it's Suzanne with Sunny Forest Tarot here to do a weekly reading for you. The topic this week is challenge. All right, so we're just going to see what might be challenging you on some level. Is it a person? Is it a situation? Whatever it is. All right, so we have air energy here. So possibly some type of communication or how you're thinking might be challenging you right now a little bit. We're going to get an additional oracle card here to elaborate. All right, I'm going to lie out the cards completely first. This particular tarot deck, I feel like, has some really interesting images, but it also has a very chaotic feeling. So I feel like it's a really good deck to use in this particular reading. All right, so we have that, and then we're going to get some additional oracle cards. All right, so one there. We'll get one of these and we'll be on our way. Alrighty. All right, there we go. Okay, so we're going to start up here. Let's move these right there. Okay. So what do we have here? Perspective. All right, so you might be challenged in some way around your perspective, but this is basically how you're thinking about something, okay? You might not be seeing the whole picture in some way. What do we have here? And then we have opposition. All right. There is something going on, something challenging. What I feel like is you have some resistance around you, you know, whether it's in the form of another person or a situation. And your perspective is probably challenged because there's somebody or there's something that's opposing you. Okay, so you have a certain perspective and somebody else has an opposing perspective about something. All right, so this card represents how you're viewing this situation. What do we have here? We've got the Seven of Pentacles. Okay, so I feel like you're really going on the experience that you have. So you might be convinced that you are correct in a particular circumstance with a particular person. You're basing it on your past experiences. So when you think about your past experiences, you know, have you ever found that you were not correct in your assumptions or in how you were thinking? Of course, that's the case for all of us at some point. So even in the past, when we've been absolutely sure about something, maybe we didn't have all the facts, maybe we didn't have all the information that we needed. I think it's a good thing that the Seven of Pentacles is coming up because you're being very contemplative about, you know, how to express your intention going forward. And I feel like that's a good thing. Even if you can't see the other person's opposing perspective right now, I feel like you're trying to. And I feel like that's important. So how is this situation impacting you? We have the Hermit, Virgo energy. Yeah. You know, the Virgo energy, the Hermit energy here is literally about, you know, this person here lighting up a particular area, but that lantern doesn't light up the whole room. It just lights up a particular area. It lights up your perspective, right? It doesn't light up the whole area. So there are things that you aren't seeing, and I feel like you're basing this off of your past experiences. And your past experiences will tell you that you haven't always been right. So whatever the opposing opinion is, let's see. I'm just curious. What is this all about? Whoever holds this opposing opinion, we have Knight of Wands. Okay, so this is Sagittarius energy. All right, you might be dealing with a Sag, but the Knight of Wands energy is a very free spirit energy. You might not be as free in your thinking, or this person, I feel like, is not committed completely to whatever it is that you're committed to. This person wants to have more freedom to move about. This person wants to have more freedom to make decisions that maybe you don't agree with. All right? So what do we have here? What's on the other side of this? What's on the other side of this challenge? We have the Chariot, card of Cancer. So on the other side of this challenge is following your heart's desire. This is movement. This is victory. So how would you define that? How would you define moving towards your heart's desire? Look at that. We have the Ace of Wands. So this tells me that you are going to see something differently. Okay? You are going to have new perspective. Ace of Wands is a new perspective, a new idea, a new passion in some way. And it comes with being able to follow your heart's desire. It's almost as if whatever the opposing situation or person is presenting to you, I feel like it's really trying to get you to see the bigger picture. The bigger picture about this person, the bigger picture about a situation, whatever it is. You're very focused on one thing right now. You're very focused on maybe having one thing or experiencing one thing, and you're not seeing the benefit of the big picture. So let's get a little more on the Hermit, because this is impacting you by you're being very reflective. I feel like you're really trying to see, I feel like, the other perspective or the bigger picture. So we're going to take a look at the Hermit, and we're going to take a look at the Seven of Pentacles, which is how you are viewing the situation. I do feel like you're being very contemplative. What do we have here? Queen of Pentacles. Okay, card of Capricorn. This is a card of authenticity. So you might feel genuinely, you're genuinely trying to see something. You're genuinely trying to understand maybe who this person is, why they behave the way they do. If this person prefers, maybe this is about a relationship and this person needs more freedom in their relationships or their connections. If you've always thought that was a bad thing, it feels to me like you're trying to see how maybe it could be a good thing. When people are given freedom to be who they are, they don't feel restricted. And when people don't feel restricted, they feel free to be who they truly are. Let's get one more on the Knight of Wands. What do we have? We've got the three of Wands. All right, so a lot of fire energy here. So the Three of Wands is about waiting. It's about expectations. I feel like this person, whoever it is, they are waiting for you. They're waiting for you to see something to see something positive in them, to see something different in them that maybe you're not seeing quite yet. So what is this Hermit energy bringing about as far as how this is impacting you? All right, so we have Knight of Swords. This is Aquarius energy. So, you know, I feel like either you're reflecting on maybe how you have communicated to this person in the past. You might have felt like you were all over the place. You might have felt like you didn't necessarily communicate exactly what you wanted to. For some reason, let's get what this communication might have been about. And we have the Four of Wands. So more than likely, there might have been a conversation about forever. There might have been a conversation about commitment. There might have been a conversation about marriage. And I feel like this person was probably not having it the way that it was being discussed. Okay? Because they have the energy of wanting to be free. And just because somebody has the energy of wanting to be free or have freedom, even in relationship, it doesn't mean that they have freedom to, well, you know what? I'm going to say that it does. You know, this person might be a little bit shy around commitment. And what's really interesting is that the more free people allow each other to be in relationship and in connections, that's the energy that actually builds commitment. Because if we're not so worried about what's going to happen in the long run, then we're more focused on enjoying the moment. When we're more focused on enjoying the moment, we make memories by having experiences with each other. The more experiences that we have with each other that are positive and create memories, the more we want to repeat that, which is in essence commitment. But what a lot of people do is they do it backwards, and they want to talk about the future. They want to talk about commitment. They want to talk about, you know, kind of nailing it down. And what that prevents us from doing, it prevents us from having the experiences, the positive experiences with each other. It prevents us from having or making good memories. So what that ends up doing is the memory that's created is simply a conversation about the future of which we're not even at yet. So the paradox is that the more freedom people feel that they have in connection and relationship, the more likely they are to commit to those types of people that tend to live in the moment and appreciate and create positive experiences and memories. All right. So what do we have here from the universe? There are no wrong turns. All right. So whatever this is, whatever you're going through here, it was meant to happen this way. This might be a lesson in commitment for this person. It might be a lesson in regards to letting go and just allowing people to be who they are and enjoying them for who they are. Let's see what we have here. Running away. Okay, somebody here, certainly with this person having the Knight of Wands, somebody might have run away here after a conversation about commitment. Running away doesn't mean staying away. It just means putting space between two people, two situations, whatever it is. The question here that we have, whoops, this card is not a question card. This card is an air card. Clouds. It's like we're in the clouds right now. This is air energy. The clouds represent split energy, because behind the clouds we have the sun. So even though, And this would be a perfect a perfect example of perspective. Just because we can't see the sun right now, just because the sun happens to be behind the clouds right now, doesn't mean it's not there. Sun represents joy and bliss and happiness, which so does the chariot ultimately when it's in the upright position. It's like your happiness and joy might be covered up with some cloudy days right now, but I feel like the sun is there. It's just all in how you look at it. So we have air energy, so let's get some additional insight on thoughts and communication here. It just feels like you and another person may not be thinking the same way when it comes to relationship and commitment, perhaps. All right. So what do we have here? We have a knowing. And then we also have, so this is interesting. Driving in silence gives the best thought opportunity. So you might be somebody that likes to drive in silence with no music, nothing on the radio. I feel like that's a good thing for you to do if that's something that you enjoy. This might be exactly how you gain perspective. There is a knowing here somewhere, like you have a deep knowing and understanding, I feel like, of where this person is coming from. Even if you don't like it necessarily right now, I do feel like the sun, the happiness, the joy, even though it's not necessarily apparent, it is there. It is there. And if somebody ran away from a conversation because it wasn't what they necessarily wanted to hear, or if you did that because somebody wasn't in the same place you were, it's a good thing to be in that hermit energy and reflect. And you might do that while driving. You might be doing a lot of that right now. You might just be driving aimlessly. I feel that's a very relaxing thing for me to do. I love to drive long distance, no music, nothing on, thinking, pondering, coming up with ideas. That's like my best idea energy comes from driving in the car. So I feel like a knowing is coming. I don't feel like this was a horrible fight. I think it's just two different perspectives coming together to learn about each other, right? It's very traditional to want commitment, to want marriage. You might be dealing with somebody who is less traditional, but it doesn't mean that that's a bad thing. That might be exactly what you need in some way, and your traditional sense might be exactly what this person needs. All right? So that is what I have for you, Scorpio. If you're looking for a deeper, more personal reading, certainly reach out to me. If not, that's perfectly okay. And I will talk to you next time. All right? Thanks so much. Bye.